The piano's breathing heavy in the corner of the room, tracing out the shadows in the lavender in bloom. I'm sitting in the silence where your laughter used to lean, in the spaces in the hallway, in the miles in between. A voice is just a whisper, a thin and fragile thread, trying to find a living in the words that we left dead. I found your silver bracelet at the bottom of the stairs, just a holy little relic of a ghost who isn't there. And the air starts to shiver, the light starts to fade. I'm standing at the border where the promises end. I'm pulling back the curtain, I'm showing every scar and the wreckage of the people that we thought we really are. And it's an emotional save, it's a beautiful cry underneath the weight of a 2026 sky, with a violin that's breaking like a heart in the dark, searching for the fire in a dying little spark. Oh, it's sentiment and heavy, it's a soulful kind of glue, a slow motion ballad of me losing you. I'm learning how to breathe without the rhythm of your chest, how to find a moment where the memory can rest. But the strings are pulling tighter, they're singing out the name, like every note is haunted by a flicker of the flame. I try to play a major chord to find a brighter tone, but the keys are made of winter when you're playing there alone. And so it's been kind of silence in a quiet, only place, looking for a mercy that I know I can't erase. And the music reads the ceiling, let it shatter every glass. I'm waiting for the ghost of us to finally let me back. Don't want open to the lightning, I'm stripped down to the bone. The most crowded kind of feeling gives me in this alone. Yes, emotional soul, it's a beautiful cry underneath the weight of a 2026 sky, with a violin that's breaking like a heart in the dark, searching for the fire in a dying little spark. Oh, it's intimate and heavy, it's a soulful kind of blue, slow motion ballad of me losing you. So intimate, just the breath and the string, the weight of the winter and the soul that it brings. Piano bench is a frozen pier above a charcoal sea, facing the wreckage of the plans that you once made with me. The dust is dancing in the light of a moon that's turned to stone. I'm learning how the echo sounds when I'm standing here alone. The reverb swallows up the room, a mile wide and deep, guarding all the promises we didn't get to keep. It's a wide-angle shot of a house that's lost its soul, watching the credits of a life that I can't control. That here comes the tide falling at my feet, the smell of the rain on a lonesome city street. I'm bracing for the impact, I'm waiting for the break, in the cinematic silence of a massive heartache. And it's a symphony of shadows, a masterpiece of blue, a slow motion movie of me losing sight of you, with a violin that's weeping like it's praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the gift of it is haunting. The scale is much too grand for a heart that's only human to ever understand. The skirt is on the floor, torn into 1,000 paper birds. I'm struggling to find a breath for all these heavy words. The strings are pulling tighter now, the knot inside my chest, the restless kind of melody that won't let the memory rest. I see us in the distance, pushing a wedge in the haze, wait for the colors blend together in a the color maze. Now the theater is empty and the projectors drum it high on the final tragic scene of the only life I've got. Got to the ending, let the screen fade to gray, tilling the scenes where I'm begging you to stay. Burn the feel, let the smoke fill the air. I'm a masterpiece of ruin and you're no longer there. Yeah, it's a symphony of shadows, a masterpiece of blue, a slow motion movie of me losing sight of you, and a violin that's weeping like it's praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the depth of it is haunting. The scale is much too grand for a heart that's only human to ever understand. Fade to black, no turning back, just the echo of the streets in the winter breeze. The wallpaper is peeling in the corner by the door, where we marked our heights in pencil on the mold in years before. The piano's gathering dust beneath the window in the hall, playing back the ghosts of every shadow on the wall. I found a ticket stub from a movie in the spring, back when we believed that we could survive anything. The air is stagnant now, it's a heavy, quiet gray, like a letter left out in the sun until the ink just fades away. And I'm reaching back through layers of a 2020 with sex haze, trying to find the exit of this nostalgic maze. The rhythm of a clock is like a hammer on a nail, in a story where the hero was always meant to fail. And it's a melancholic slow dance in an empty room, watching all the flowers that we planted forget to bloom. It's a soft focus, heartbreak, a vintage kind of blue. A melody that's haunted are the better parts of you. The tempo's dragging heavy and the keys are feeling cold. Just a melancholy bounty for a love that's getting old. I drive past the downer where the neon sign is cracked, thinking about the versions of us we can't ever take back. The upholstery smells like rain and your old expensive tea, and the way you used to look when you were looking straight at me. Now I'm just a collector of these moments turned to stone, building up a monument to being this alone. I try to hum the chorus of the song we used to know, but my voice is just a whisper in the static of the snow. Silence is deep, but it's so a cage. I'm still staring at the ink on the very first page, while the world moves on and the colors start to bleed. I'm holding on to ghosts that I don't even need. It's a melancholy slow dance in an empty room, watching all the flowers that we planted forget to bloom. It's a soft focus, heartbreak, a vintage kind of blue. A melody that's started by the better parts of you. The tempo's black and heavy and the keys are feeling cold. Just a melancholy ballad for love that's getting old. Just a memory turning into dust, a slow motion ending to a love we couldn't trust. Fading, fading, fading out. The ice is melting in a glass on the mahogany top. I'm waiting for the sound of your heartbeat to finally stop, echoing through the hallways of this empty gilded cage. I'm just a lonely actor on a wide and cinematic stage. The piano's breathing heavy, every chord is drenched in blue, tracing out the silhouette of the ghost I thought I knew. I'm staring at the 2026 calendar on the wall, watching every season of our love begin to fall. And my pride is a mountain that's crumbling to the floor. I'm reaching for the handle of a locked and bolted door. The air is getting thick, like it's made of velvet smoke. I'm gasping for the words that the silence finally broke. Now I'm drowning in the rhythm of a cinematic ache, a soulful kind of shiver that I know I'll never shake. It's a widescreen heartbreak, a slow burn R&B, a masterpiece of ruin that you've left inside of me. Oh, the strings are swelling high while the lights are burning low. I'm just a soulful shadow with nowhere left to go. I see a fingerprint on the handle of a silver spoon, underneath the cold light of a symbiotic moon. My vocals are a tremor, raw and jagged light, trying to find the harmony we left somewhere behind. I'm scrolling through the memories in high definition pain, watching us dance through the technicolor rain. You're my baseline, my rhythmic soul and grit. Now I'm just ecstatic where the fire used to be lit. Cut to the end, let the credits start to roll. I'm spinning at the rafters from the bottom of my soul. Was I just an extra? Was I just a placeholder? While the world we built together kept on getting colder. I'm wide open, can't you see? I'm wide open. Yeah, I'm drowning in the rhythm of a cinematic, a soulful kind of shiver that I know I'll never shake. It's a widescreen heartbreak, a slow burn R&B, a masterpiece in ruin that you left inside of me. Oh, the strings are swelling high while the lights are burning low. I'm just a soulful shadow with nowhere left to go. Oh, fade to gray, let the music wash away. Just a soulful ghost in a cinematic display. Yeah, it's over. The tea is gone cold on the edge of the shelf. I'm practicing how to be friends with myself, but the chair across from me is a mountain of space. A hollowed out frame where I used to see your face. The piano keys are heavy like they're made out of lead, repeating the things that we should have just said. I'm watching the dust motes drift through the light, just ghosts of the plans that we buried tonight. And the clock on the wall has a jagged new sound. Every tick is a heartbeat, it's hitting the ground. Now I'm bracing for silence, I'm bracing for the cold, watching the story of us start to fold. And it's a melancholy rhythm, a blue-hearted slow, the sound of a secret I don't wanna know. Just a soft pedal heartbreak, a muted refrain like the rhythm of tires on the street in the rain. Oh, the melody's lonely and the tempo is low. I'm just learning the physics of letting you go. I walked to the corner to buy some more milk. The air felt like sandpaper, used to feel like silk. I saw a blue car that looked just like yours, and I felt my heart rattle behind all these doors. I'm tracing the patterns you left in the rug, a permanent map of a final long hug. The house is a museum of things that we can't touch. I didn't think quiet could hurt me this much. I'm not looking for lightning or a dramatic scene, just a way to get past all the might have beens. But the keys keep on sinking in the same minor key, a slow motion version of what's left of me. Yeah. It's a melancholy rhythm, a blue-hearted slow, the sound of a secret I don't wanna know. Just a soft that'll heartbreak, a muted refrain like the rhythm of tires on the street in the rain. Oh, the melody's lonely and the tempo is low. I'm just learning the physics of letting you go. Softly, slowly, the rhythm of the rain, just the echo of the name. The piano bench is a frozen pier above a charcoal sea, facing the wreckage of the plans that you once made with me. The dust is dancing in the light of a moon that's turned to stone. I'm learning how the echo sounds when I'm standing here alone. The reverb swallows up the room, a mile wide and deep, guarding all the promises we didn't get to keep. It's a wide-angle shot of a house that's lost its soul, watching the credits of a life that I can't control. And here comes the tide pulling at my feet, the smell of the rain on a lonesome city street. I'm bracing for the impact, I'm waiting for the break in the cinematic silence of a 2026 heartache. And it's a symphony of shadows, a masterpiece of blue, a slow motion movie of me losing sight of you, with the strings weeping softly like they're praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the depth of it is haunting, the scale is much too great. paper burns. I'm struggling to find the breath for all these heavy words. That shadow's pulling tighter now, a knot inside my chest, a restless kind of melody that won't let the memory rest. I see us in the distance, your silhouettes in the haze, before the colors blend together in a technicolor maze. Now the theater is empty and the projector's running hot on the final tragic scene of the only life I've got. Cut to the ending, let the screen fade to black. Delete the scenes where I'm begging you to say, burn the film, let the smoke fill the air. I'm a masterpiece of ruin if you're no longer there. Symphony of shadows, a masterpiece of blue, a slow motion movie of me losing sight of you. With the strings weeping softly like they're praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the depth of it is haunting. The scale is much too grand for a heart that's only human to ever understand. Fade to black, no turning back, just the echo of the street in the winter breeze. The piano bench is a frozen pier above a charcoal sea, facing the wreckage of the plans that you once made with me. The dust is dancing in the light of a moon that's turned to stone. I'm learning how the echo sounds when I'm standing here alone. The reverb swallows up the room, a mile wide and deep, guarding all the promises we didn't get to keep. It's a wide-angle shot of a house that's lost its soul, watching the credits of a life that I can't control. And here comes the tide, pulling at my feet, the smell of the rain on a lonesome city street. I'm bracing for the impact, I'm waiting for the break in the cinematic silence of a massive heartache. And it's a symphony of shadows, a masterpiece of blue, a slow motion movie of me losing sight of you, with a violin that's weaving like it's praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the depth of it is haunting. The scale is much too grand for a heart that's only human to ever understand. The script is on the floor, torn into 1,000 paper birds. I'm struggling to find a breath for all these heavy words. The strings are pulling tighter now, and not inside my chest, a restless kind of melody that won't let the memory rest. I see us in the distance, two silhouettes in a haze, before the colors bled together in a technicolor maze. Now the theater is empty and their projectors falling hard. All the final tragic scene of the only life I've got. Got to the ending, let the screen fade to gray. Delete the scenes while I'm begging you to stay. Burn the film, let the smoke fill the air. I'm a masterpiece of ruin and you're no longer there. Yeah, it's a symphony of shells. A masterpiece of a slow motion movie of me who's inside of you. Where the violin is weeping like it's praying for the light, while the piano plays the rhythm of a never-ending night. Oh, the depth of it is haunting. Oh, the sky is much too bright for all that's only human to ever understand. Fade to black, no turning back. Just the echo of the strings and the winter it brings. The winter light is carving shadows on the floor, tracing outlines of a life that isn't here no more. I'm sitting in the kitchen, watching steam rise from the cup, afraid that if I move, the ghosts of us will wake back up. The house is breathing quiet, a heavy, hollow sound of every promise that we made, now buried in the ground. I found your handwritten notes inside a half-read book, the kind of always that we took a lifetime to overlook. I see you in the doorway when the evening starts to gray, but you're just a trick of light that the hallway likes to play. I'm a map with no more landmarks, a compass with no pole, just a fragment of a person trying to feel whole. And I'm reaching for a frequency that I can no longer find, left with the static of the forever left behind. Is there a version of the story where the ending doesn't sting, where the winter doesn't take away every living thing? I'm just a slow dance in an empty, echoing room, wandering the wreckage of the love that met its doom. The piano plays a heartbeat and the violin a cry of a cinematic ending under a charcoal sky. It's a masterpiece of sound, it's a symphony of blue, and this beautiful disaster of a world without you. I'd go back to the beginning, I'd rewrite every line, before we ran out of the stars and ran out of the time. I'm screaming into the velvet, I'm crying through the keys. I'm a soul in free fall, begging on my knees. I'm still waiting for the light. The theater is empty, the screen is going white. I'm just a lonely melody in the middle of the night. One last note, one last sigh. The keys are under the mat where we said they'd always be, but there's no one left to open up the door for me. I'm walking through the rooms, hearing echoes of your name, but the walls are just cold plaster and the house is not the same. I'm staring at the hollow space where your pictures used to hang, still reeling from the silence after the hammer finally sang. I saw a couple laughing on the corner of the street, and I felt the ghost of us in every person that I meet. It's a different kind of quiet when the music finally ends, when you realize you're losing more than lovers, more than friends. I'm a map with no more landmarks, I'm a compass with no north, just a shivering soul afraid to even venture forth. And the pain is like a winter that forgot to turn to spring. I'm clutching at the shadow of a vanished golden thing. How do I unknow the way you fit inside my arms when the world is full of sirens and these broken heart alarms? Now I'm just a soul dancing in a dark and empty hall, watching the heavy curtains of the ending start to fall. The piano plays the heartbeat and the violin the cry of a love I didn't have the strength to say a real goodbye. It's a masterpiece of lonely, it's a symphony of blue, in this beautiful disaster of a life without you. I go back to the beginning, to the hello and the hi, before we knew the weight of every maybe and every why. But the ink is on a paper and the branches turn to ash. I'm just standing on the shoreline, waiting for the final crash. The violin stops, the room goes cold. The story's over, and I'm growing old. Just me in the quiet. The violin stops, the room goes cold. The story's over, and I'm growing old. Just me and a quarter. But the walls are just cold plaster. The coffee's cold in the kitchen's far too bright. I'm still recovering from the ghost of us last night. Tracing the circles where your glass sat on the wood, trying to remember all the ways we understood. The piano's heavy, every note a jagged stone, a low-end hum for a man who's all alone. I'm staring at the driveway, watching headlights pass, living in a world that's suddenly made of glass. And the silence isn't quiet, it's a physical weight, like a shadow in the doorway or a guest who's always late. I'm looking for a version where the ending does its thing, but I'm just an echo of a beautiful thing. Now I'm drowning in a slow motion contemporary blue, trying to build a melody that doesn't lead to you. It's a wide-angle shot of a heart turned to dust, the hollowed out remains of a love we couldn't a 2026 winter, I'm still wearing your sleeve. The city's moving on, I see the lights through the rain, but I'm stuck in the static of a high fidelity thing. I try to find the words to make the narrative right. What the ink is just water and the paper is white. I'm a masterpiece of ruin, a sketch in the dark, searching for the heat of the cold and dying spark. Break the cycle, burn the script, let the shadows grow. I'm tired of the secrets that I wasn't supposed to know. Tell me how to breathe when the air is made of lead. Tell me how to sleep with these echoes in my head. 'Cause I'm drowning in this slow motion contemporary blue. Try to build a melody that doesn't lead to you. It's a wide angle shot of a heart turned to dust, the hollowed out remains of a love we couldn't trust. Every rhythm's dragging and the tempo's standing still. I'm waiting for the moment when the hollow starts to fill. Just the static and the